Hello Flostu, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you what I have been stitching and finished. Also what I have been started and still stitching. And I don't know, I'll probably speak about something new what I want to stitch, but I'm not sure about that because I'm not the person who has a lot of projects in the same time. That's why I usually try not to start a lot if I already have something like in progress. Okay, let's start with the finishes, like finished projects. I have finished the third animal farm from Jim Shore by Mill Hill project. So this is Percy pig. So this is the preview. I had the kit, which now it's a pretty rare find, and I used the embellishments. I mean the button and the beads from the kit. Nevertheless, I made a bit of changes. Not many. So I changed the perforated paper, the active green perforated paper on Jobelane, because I stitched all of them on fabric on Jobelane. So this is the color of Jobelane. You see that it's different. It's not so active, but I am okay. I'm glad with what I have chosen. And I had to make a change because apparently in the key it's indicated the number of the beads, Mill Hill beads 02043, and these are the beads 02043, but in the kit I showed in the previous video they have a kind of orange ones, apparently because this beads are out of print, out of production, and they replaced with something close, but that close is quite different. So I had them in my stash and I made the change. And let's see what I have. This is Percy, already stitched, finished and framed. The frame, as I said, for the previous two, I'm using the frame which they are recommended in the, you see it's the same frame they finished in. The red frame by Mill Hill. This is how Percy looks like. So as I said, I'm glad about the choice of the fabric. I think it's okay. I don't regret that I haven't chosen the active green paper. Percy himself is very nice. What amazed me is how they tried to reproduce the blanket he has on his back. Look, you see? Let me show you. Even that white fence, they made it like the back stitch, because when I was stitching it, I couldn't understand what is there, and I looked at the figurine and I understood, this is the fence, white fence. Nice. And this one, in this part, I mean like this one, it was the most, how they say, not difficult, but it took more time because the most detailed one. Oh, this would be the correct explanation. It was the most detailed one because the rest of them, they had just ornaments. I don't know how to call them. And this is how it looks. You see the beads here, because the beads, orange, not the orange, the pomegranate beads, they are representing the spots he has on himself. So they look very okay here, because I tried to compare how it would have looked with the orange beads which were in the back, and no, not at all. Nevertheless, here Percy has blue eyes, you see, blue eye, but the real life figurine, it has, oh no, he has blue eyes. He has blue eyes. I didn't notice. I was wrong. Okay, this one had more backstitch than the others, and it also has French knots here, where they represent this element, like the edge of the blanket, you see? The red berries, this is French knots. And but on the other side, this part of the design, it seemed easier than the other two. In the other two, it seemed to me more complicated, like to be made. And by the way, there are like 4 colors of beads which are repeating themselves in all 3 designs. Stitching them one after the other, you see it made me not forget the green one, and the green one it was very active in all of them. Then the iris one it was used, then the red one, here is not so much, but in the others it's a lot of this red, and a little bit of this blue. Blue is a little bit in all of them, so yeah, a lot of repeating beads, I would say. So that's it. I stitched Percy, and in such a way I have all of them. Let me show how the others look like. I mean the stitched ones. I have them here. So this is Clarissa, Percy, and Sophie. They are very nice. I'm very glad that I managed to have them stitched. It's a pity that they are not producing them now. At least they are getting out very rarely. They didn't say, for example, at 1 to 3 stitch in the shop, if something is out of print, usually they tell they write there. I used to have items in my wish list, and when they got out of print, they used to say the item is unavailable. So when you see that the item is unavailable, this means that they are not going to get anymore, because that one is not produced anymore. You see, in such way I find out which items get out of print. But if they say out of stock, it means that they are going to get it. And as I told you, this situation with Clarissa, that they used to get it, but probably other people have it like when they get notification and on their emails, and they are quicker, they are faster, they see it, they buy it. So far, there was a time when Sophie got out. I remember like a couple of times, and then I wasn't looking for Sophie, I wasn't looking for Percy, I was looking only because I had them. I was looking for Clarissa, and I know that Clarissa used to come out, but as I already discovered, it's with a changed button. It's not the button it used to have like originally. But nevertheless, I think they look nice. These buttons are not like the most important thing here. But if you have other Mill Hill buttons, Jim Shore buttons, and they are okay, I mean like the color is okay, I think you can replace them like with no problem. And that's it. The trio is done, the trio is finished, and I am happy. And the cube is stitched, it waits to be finished. Just wanted to show you how it looks like. Every time I'm stitching such small designs, you know, like I'm starting stitching, I made like one square, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, it's so small. I surely did everything correctly. Didn't I make a mistake? And I'm checking again the count of the fabric. I'm checking again, but now it's 4 by 4 centimeters, so this is the normal size which has to be. It's not a difficult one to be stitched. It has, you see the part which is going to be the bottom, it's very simple, doesn't have anything. The top, it was like the most time consuming because almost everything is stitched here. And the backs, it's flowers of different colors. For example, here it's a purple flower and purple like meadow flowers here. White and yellow here. Blue on the flower, blue here. Pink and pink here. That's it. A little bit of back stitch. You see every flower has on its sides, it has back stitch. A little bit of back stitch it was here. And the beads, if you noticed them, each flower has like 3 beads here, 1 pink and 2 white. The pink one should be darker. I didn't have a darker one, but nevertheless I'm not going to change. I'm going to leave it like this because it doesn't look bad. And I used fray check after cutting the fabric. I used fray check here so that it wouldn't, I won't have this. I totally hate when I am finishing these things and there are like threads going out of the fabric, and that's why I'm always using fray check. And also like this for angles, corners, I used to make a cutting. Also there is fray check here so that it wouldn't happen anything, because when you are like already finishing it, if it has this cut, it helps a lot. At least I noticed. And there is interfacing on the other side, on each 6 parts of the cube, even this one, because I'm going to put just one pin, and the pin is going to get through. It won't like stop. So yeah, I'm going to finish this one and you'll see how it looks ready and with the cat pin in it. And Miss Kitty's pin cube is ready. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. It was the most fast stitching and finished cube I have ever made by Just Nan. So the project and the finishing everything took me 3 days. With the thing that in those 3 days I haven't stitched only this one, so I stitched something else as well. So I think for me it's a record. And also, again, according to to my opinion, the form of the cube, the squareness of the cube, so far this is the best I have ever made. I mean, like the form, the firmness, I like everything about this one. Honestly, I'm like taking into account that this one is so small. So I'm very, very glad of how this one turned to be. By the way, I told you that it is recommended this one to be stitched on a darker shade of pink. I found myself like in my stash that darker pink, but I don't regret that I haven't chosen it, because I like how it looks on this lighter pink. I don't know, I think that these flowers, they are seen better, they look nicer. I don't know, I think so at least. So, and here it's the only effect which the darker linen would have had, it's the white stitches. They would have been like more evident, but I don't have such situations when the white stitches are on the pink and they don't have anything like around them. For example, this flower, it's white, but it has the green frame, you see, and it's evident that here the flower is white. So it's okay, with me it's okay. The top part, as I said, it was the one which had the most stitch on it, but on the other side, this one, the bottom part didn't have almost anything. So I just finished it and attached the butterfly. It was said in the finishing instructions that attach the butterfly on the corner you like. So it's not like you have to choose between, for example, the pink and the purple flower. You can choose any corner you like and you attach it. And I tried to attach it so that I would cover. I do it like in the late few years when I have charms, to cover this thing so that it wouldn't see, as if the butterfly like set on the cube. You see, you know that the cats like butterflies, like catching them. And the pin itself, which I used to frost here in the middle of the flower with Miss Kitty. Also, it was recommended to take pins by Prim, you know, this kind of pins which have white plastic, which have plastic balls. In this case, it's recommended white. Even in the preview, I'll try to insert the preview one more time so that you would see. Even in the preview, they show that they have pins like this on this sides. They are putting them. I tried, but I kind of don't like it. First of all, it's that when you are taking them in your hand, they are getting out. These beads, they are plastic and they are matte, white matte, but the beads I have like in on the cube, they are a pearl, and I don't like how it looks like. The only thing which I still decided that I would have 4 of these pins as the legs, because you know when you put it, like it really feels that it has legs. I have here cardboard, so I showed you how it looked before finishing. So what it was made when I like used the biscornu stitch to attach everything together. I stitch everything, and I just leave this one of these sides, not necessarily this one, but I leave one of these sides open. I insert the cardboard. On the cardboard, I cut the cardboard, of course, like the size of the bottom. On the cardboard, I glue. In the instruction, it was said to put a packet, or yes, a little pack of poly pellets. I have poly pellets, but I prefer to insert them in the like put them directly where it's a part where I need them. For example, the garden star, you know, like on the legs of that garden star, I used to put them so that when you put that star, it stays firm. Here on this kind of cardboard, I mean the houses, I used to put, they're called washers if I'm not wrong, like iron ones. They are heavy. They are okay for larger finishes, but this cube proved to be so small because that washer, first of all, it was heavy and it was almost the size of the cardboard. That's why here I glued 2 coins, 5p coins, because they are large, they are quite big, and they are okay. I wouldn't say that they're heavy, yeah, like coins. So I have 2 coins because I didn't need a lot of weight, and when you're putting it, it has stability. You know, for me, it's very important that it would have stability. The first ones I used to make, the first one, the Halloween one, that one doesn't have cardboard, and that one is, generally speaking, it's not like the most awful in the world, but still it's evident that I didn't have any practice in making them. So yes, Miss Kitty's pin cube is ready and is finished. Such a quick, nice cube and design. And I have framed a design which I've stitched last year. Yes, literally, slowly but surely, I'm continuing finishing my previously stitched designs, which of course makes me happy, because when you have the design finished, it's another thing. So this is Dimensions Cozy Glen, it's called, the design, I don't remember exactly. I stitched it with DMC with dimensions threads which were leftovers, with DMC threads where it wasn't enough. I told about all these adventures of mine in the videos where I showed it being stitched. I dearly love this design. Like, that's why I wanted to stitch it so much. I said that after I stitched it on eBay, I saw it twice at least. I saw it personally, that it was like there, and with good price, I would say. I would have bought it. So if I wouldn't have stitched it previously, I would have bought one of those kits. But probably this is what it was meant to be and to happen. So my dream, and I have, if you remember, I have such a plate with this design, a cozy glen. Yeah, you see, even the plate is called like that. Fine porcelain, Franklin Mint heirloom. So I had a plate with this landscape, and I had a dream, a great dream of finishing this one also in a round frame, and by preferably white. I don't know, I was thinking about having a white frame, cream at least, and by plate stands, white plate stands, and put them on those two stands. I mean, like we framed the design and the plate, so they would be one next to the other. That's why when I was looking, I decided, okay, well, let me try finishing this one. I looked for round frames. I found a round frame, not a very fancy one. It's a simple one, but nevertheless, I was glad that it was like good as a size, because this design originally in the kit, it has to be stitched on 18th count Aida. So if it's linen, it should be 36th count. I stitched it on 32 count linen, so I made it larger. That's why like my size of the finished work, it didn't coincide with the one which was originally in the kit. That's why I counted it, so how many inches it would be. And I know that usually these frames, they have standard how do I say, sizes. For example, if your work is 16.5 inch, you wouldn't have they come, for example, 16 inch, 17 inch, 18 inch, so they come inch by inch, and not all the sizes, of course. But I was lucky, and apparently this one is 17 inch, if I'm not wrong. Not 17, 7 inch. Oh my god, 17, 7. 7, I think it's. And I just measured it, and I said, okay, this one should fit. I ordered it, it came, and it fitted, and even one or two half stitches, they go like inside, because, you know, they say 7 inches, but they used to go on that size which come inside. This one is not large. There are cases when it's large. This is how it looks on the back. There are cases when it's large, and it was a simple white frame, and the element, it's a wooden element. I purchased it like separately. I colored it in white paint, and I glued it here so that I would give it like, I don't know, a more fancy look. Yeah, I'm not intending like to use this one, because I want to put it on the stand. I would prefer, of course, this one to be fancier, but this is what I found. In time, again, I'm repeating myself, as I used to say with other designs, in time, if I'm going to have the possibility, yes, the opportunity to frame it, it's not going to be difficult, because this one is opening. I just will open this one, take out the stitch, because I put the stitch there. It looks like very okay, and I'm just inserting it in a different frame, which is nicer, fancier, and so on and so forth. So yes, this is what I have. I am super duper happy. I'll try to make a short film showing you how these two look on the stands and how they look together. And the only progress I'm going to show you today, this is going to be Mirabilia, this is going to be English roses. In a sec you'll see what I have stitched, not a huge lot, but it's on the frame, so I'm going to film it like with holding the phone in my hand. Wanted to pay your attention for those who haven't stitched it and maybe you want to stitch it. So I started stitching like from here, intending like to go up. So I said that I'm going to do all the cross stitches and the back stitch, and the beads and the ribbon is going to be made in the end. And the first logical thing, it was to make like the frame, this with cranik, you know. Started like stitching, so I found like the center somewhere here, calculated it, and started doing the frame. And I was like, I noticed that a lot of cranik is being used, and looked like on the chart where it's being used. So apparently all this big large frame and this part and even the round outline of this one is stitched with this cranik. This is the 8th fine braid number 21. You see this one, 21. So I like continue stitching it, and I said, I'm not sure, and this one was new, by the way, and I said to myself, I'm not sure if this one is going to be enough. And I decided to stitch all this frame so that I would see if it's enough. In case it's not, I would have ordered one more so that it would come until I would have needed it, so that it wouldn't keep me like from stitching, something like that. And I was stitching, and this is what I have left, so just for a few stitches more. And this one was new, it wasn't started, you see. And I will like double checked one more time in the key, maybe there is written 2 and I purchased just one, but no, this is the leftover I had. I made a mistake and I had to rip off 10 cross stitches, 10, not more. So but be careful, in case you are going to make mistakes, one spool could not be enough, just in case. I'm going to throw this one, but when the design is going to be finished, in case I'm going to remake something, I need to remake something, or I skipped a stitch somewhere. I used there was a time when I used to, for example, I thought, oh, I don't need this one anymore, and I used to throw it, and then realized that, oh my god, I have to do a stitch, I have to do something like that. So now I got used not to throw anything until the design is totally, absolutely finished, and I know that I don't need that little piece of thread anywhere. Okay, and this would be the DMC which I used here, because when I showed the first time the design, I didn't show you the DMC threads which I used here. And yeah, let me show you what I have stitched actually. And this is what I have. So as I said, the frame with the cranik is stitched like until the top everything, but it's already the frame and you cannot see it. Also I stitched the roses which come here with the pink color. I need a little bit of green to make the leaves, and the rest of the this one has to be filled in with dark blue. Then there are these things, I think one more color, and they are ready as well. And the rest of it is going to be, I mean, like down here, it's going to be beads and ribbons. And apparently, what I have to, except beads and ribbons, I have to fill in, like in between these roses, I have to fill in with dark blue. Also as, not a square, one like this, it's on top, also has flowers and dark blue color. And the main thing which has to be stitched, I mean the girl, the lady, is here in this circle. So this would be the main thing which has to be stitched. And this is 10% of the design. So what I have already stitched is 10% stitched, which means that the design is not going to be large. And that's it so far with my progresses. And the only new projects which I probably start are going to be such little designs by Mill Hill. So I have such a little lamp design from Spring Bouquets. I think I purchased it last year, the year before that, so it's not something I purchased it like recently, but it's a spring design according to me. It has a bell. Yeah, it has a bell here, and that's it. So this would be a possible start. Also, I would like to continue with this I love hearts. I already stitched the love in February, so I thought that it would be nice to continue with the rest of them. I'm thinking the closest candidate, this is Love Gardening, to be stitched. And I also have, if it's going to be very quick and I would like one more, I'm thinking about Love Coffee also to stitch. And if I'm going to stitch with two, I will have two more, Love Stitching and Love Halloween. Of course, Halloween, it's okay to stitch somewhere next to Halloween, and I'll see about Love Stitching. So that I would have all of them little by little in, I don't know, a year, I think, 10 months, so that I would have all of them. And that's it. That's everything I wanted to show you in today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was interesting for you. And of course, see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.